Live from... Oh, wait. This episode really is live. Well, then, it's the Smokin Hot Toddcast Live. And now, here's your host, Hot Toddy.
We're live? Hello, we're live!
Hi!
And welcome to the Smokin Hot Toddcast Live. It's another special... Well, this is special because it's in season.
Yeah.
This is, episode 5 of the new season?
30,000.
No, episode 5 of season 8. And
30,000.
And it is a live episode. And, well, here we are. And today is a very special day. It's Hot Toddy, by the way. Miss Pengrino here as well. Hey, do you follow me on the Hot Toddy on Facebook? Do you get notifications?
Normally.
Check to see if we're live. We have to check to make sure, because if you recall, one of the last episodes of last season, we were trying to go live, thought we were live, caused an issue.
Yeah, we're live.
We're live! Okay, good.
See?
We're live. Well, today's episode is a very special episode. If you listen to last week's episode, which was a normal episode of the podcast, the Toddcast, excuse me, we did another episode called From the Deck, and it is where we choose topics from these cards right here. They're called, let me get a better, they're called pod decks. By the way, if you want your own set of pod decks, go to poddecks.com. They've got fantastic topics and things like that, as you will see as we get into this, that you can just do with friends if you just want to do it as a game. And that's essentially what this is. When we do this on the show, it's a bit of a game, if you will.
A get to know ya.
A get to know ya type of thing. That's right. So that's why this episode and last week's episode is called From the Deck. So we did episode 2 of From the Deck, and now we're doing episode 3 of From the Deck, and it's live tonight. So it's going to be... So this is interesting.
Can't stop yawning.
Please try.
I'm trying.
So, Miss Pengrino, if you would, because I'm not very good at it, would you mind shuffling the cards? So what we're going to do for the next little while here is we're just going to choose random topics from the deck, from the deck, as the episode may suggest. I don't know. Anyway, that's what we're going to do, is we're going to choose topics, and then we're going to go from there. Miranda and Daniel were supposed to be with us tonight. Unfortunately, they couldn't be. Miranda's grandmother passed away last night, and we completely understand. She's in our thoughts tonight. So keep Miranda and Daniel in your thoughts, because they're dealing with a loss right now. But they're here with us in spirit tonight, and it is me and Miss Pengrino, and we're going to make this as great as we always do. All right, so... what we're going to do is just random. This is completely random, Miss Pengrino. This is nothing... Wait. Did I say we were ready to go?
I say.
No. And we're not just going to just take it from the top. Like we're... What are we?
From the top, make it drop.
No, we've already done that song enough on this show.
Oh.
We did it last week, a little bit. But we're some punks, so we just take it from the top. Stop it! Stop!
I'm
Listen
sliding
to me.
it.
No sliding. Who wants to go first? You want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
Me.
Okay. So pick it up from the middle, and whatever you get is your topic. Good Lord. That's not how I wanted you to do it, but that's fine. You can do it that way. Good God. What's the first topic, Miss Pengrino?
3 things I wish I had done differently.
3 things that I wish I had done differently. Well... and that's one. No, it's...
so mean.
No, it's... No. No, I tell you, gosh, that's a hard one. I don't know. One thing I would do is I probably would not have put my faith in the type of career path that I went originally. That's one thing. I think I probably would have worked a little harder in college. And I wish I had learned more in life in general. So mine's very sad. What's yours, Miss Pengrino? See, the one viewer we had clicked off just because of that.
I think it was probably me.
You didn't... nah, never mind. It's too long to explain. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Also, my career path, probably. I would have gone into massage therapy sooner than tried to go to it now.
That's one.
Probably, try not to be such a workaholic. I still do that today.
And maybe be more of a workaholic in this apartment? Is that your third? That's my third.
You could be more a workaholic in this apartment. It's not just me.
We both do our best, and our best isn't the greatest.
No, probably focus more on my health and keep myself healthy. I think kind of let that go to poop.
If we had a fourth, that would be my fourth. Yeah.
I really try to motivate myself to keep my health, but it's hard.
It ain't easy.
It's rough.
It ain't easy. Yeah, it's
So career, work-life balance, and personal health.
Yeah, I guess that would be mine too. Like, again, if we could add a fourth, I guess maybe I would replace wishing I knew more with my health. But I don't know much anyway. This is hard to say. I don't know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know enough, but I don't know as much as I wish I knew about life in general.
Yeah.
So that's what I really would want. But yeah, I think that would tie with my health. Because my health, it's fine, my health, but it could be better.
Could be, yeah.
I've gone through some stuff. So, it is a thing. And I don't know how to,
Yeah.
So, that's 3 things we wish we had done differently right there. Alright, so.
Ginger, we still have a lot of life to live. We could change those things.
Very true.
And we are trying to change a lot of those things. So.
No, we're not. Alright, from the deck, here's the next one. That's upside down.
Well, can't read upside down.
No, a lot of these are kind of just wackadoos. Okay, here we go.
Wonkadoos.
Oh, Desert Island. Books, music, movies. I'm assuming what would you take with you if you were on a desert island?
Well.
And it can only be books. Well, I mean, that's the suggestion. Would you say it's blatantly asking just for books, music, or movies, or?
Yeah, I guess. Well, first off, I wouldn't be caught dead on a desert island. Because I wouldn't get on a boat to go near said desert island.
That's true.
Because I don't do outside. Unless we're at a beach, to which we don't ever leave the beach.
That's true.
So the likelihood of this happening would literally mean the state in which I live would have to become an island. Which, if I still lived in Louisiana, that would totally be possible.
But what would you take with you if you got trapped on a desert island?
Books, music, movies.
Out of those
version?
3? Yeah.
None, because no books. It could, meh. Maybe some serial killer books, but that's about it. Don't read anything else.
I wish I had sound effects to play. Because you're a boring
music-wise, anything from the 90s. And some pentatonics, because I love them.
Continue.
And movies, any comedy, really.
I'm kind of with you on the books. I've read books. The thing about books is you read them and you move on.
Some people don't, though. Some people are like hardcore, like could read them over and over again. I'm just not that person.
I've never understood that because I've enjoyed books. I read books and I enjoy them, and then when I'm done, I push them to the side and say that was a fun experience, and I don't read that book anymore. But yeah, some people can go back and read the Harry Potter books a million times, and like that's not.
Grant you, not the case when it comes to movies. I could watch movies
that's
over and over and over and over and over again.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that when it comes to me. I wish I had my list in front of me. Because I have a list of my all-time favorite movies, as Miss Pengrino knows.
You're making a lot of noise.
This?
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to pick up.
Okay.
We're not wearing the lapel mics. This is the around the room mic.
Still, that's very loud.
Whatever. But anyway,
So no to the books for both of us.
No to the books for both of us, and I, frankly, I just don't understand. That's the main point I'm trying to get is I don't understand how you can read a book and then say, I'm going to read this book again. Because why?
Well, think about it, too. If you were stuck on a desert island and you only brought, like, one book.
Yeah.
You'd have to read the book
You'd
for the rest
you'd
of
be
your
done.
life. I just wouldn't want to.
You'd be done after a while. Music, I have a very select taste in music. You said anything from the 90s. I agree with you there.
Yeah.
However, I have 3 all-time favorite musicians. And I get a lot of flack for these musicians, but I don't care. These, I would bring the catalogs, the complete catalogs, mind you, of Huey Lewis and the News, the Dave Matthews Band,
Yep.
and Elton John.
Elton John, yep.
Those are my 3 all-time favorite musical artists. So I would bring their complete catalogs with me, and I would enjoy
I'd be fine
it.
with those. Yeah.
I would enjoy it. As for movies, do we have enough time?
No. See,
Do we have
movies,
enough time?
guys, hence why, one of our shows is to review movies. We do all kinds of movies, and every movie...
Get Real, by the way, is what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Which you can see at the Superfuzz Productions YouTube page. Go look us up.
Just reviewed Cinderella.
As a matter of fact, I think the link, if you're on SoundCloud, the link's right down below there.
Clickety clickety. Just reviewed Cinderella on that, the new one from Amazon. So check that out.
But, okay.
Besides the point.
I'm
not really sure why the card would ask for that. Because if you're going to go on a desert island, like, why?
You wouldn't bring
those
anything.
3 things. You wouldn't bring any of those.
You wouldn't bring Jack with you if you're
because
going to a
let's be
desert
real.
island.
How are you going to play the movie? How are you going to play the music?
Well, let's say the equipment's already in the boat.
Yeah, but eventually it's going to die.
Maybe it's electrical, and you can find some way to plug it in on the island.
Where? A coconut tree?
Sure, you can maybe you can find a potato, and that potato gives
potato.
and a potato can give off electricity.
Not enough.
I don't think you would.
Really, a book would be the only thing to continue to entertain you, I
don't
suppose.
think you would find a potato on a desert island.
No.
That's the thing. Maybe you could. I don't know. I'm not familiar with this.
So I don't understand that question.
I don't either. Really. Well, I'm not done.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I wasn't done. You interrupted me. No.
I'm sorry.
For movies, I would bring my entire favorite catalog of movies. Star Wars, original trilogy, probably. Gettysburg's a great Civil War film. What else? The Phantom of the Opera. It is Halloween time after all, so I probably would bring the Phantom of the Opera and Plan 9 from Outer Space, which of course we did on this show.
Yeah,
One of the last times we were live, back in May. We watched this movie. So I would bring 2 classic horror films. The Phantom of the Opera, 1925 specifically, with Lon Chaney. That's the best one. If you ever want a recommendation of Phantom films, if you're really hard up on the Broadway stuff, obviously the Andrew Lloyd Webber one. But if you really just want, If you really just want a good...
I really want.
It's a creepy film. And it's 1925. It's a silent picture, but it's really creepy. It's really good. So 1925 Phantom. The Indiana Jones. I'll even take Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I want them all there. What?
I think that's a pretty good one.
It is. I mean, it's all right. I would take them all 4. I'd take all the Back to the Future movies. I would take Tommy Boy.
Home Alone.
Home Alone. I would take the first 3 Home Alones, because Home Alone 3 is a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Home Alone 4 can fuck off, but
it doesn't exist in my brain.
No, any other Home Alone films does. Although,
there's more than 4.
Well, wait. There's a 5th one that was a TV movie too, but they're making.
No.
Did you know there's a soft reboot coming out next month?
Oh no!
Soft reboot coming out next month. Macaulay Culkin's going to be in it. I don't know if he's playing a major role, but it is a new kid and it's a new family.
Boo! That's what they tried to do in the 4th one.
That's what they tried to do in the 3rd one, though. New kid, new family. No, the 4th one was supposed to be Kevin McAllister again, but it was all new people, all different people.
Oh, I'm so confused.
French Stewart played Marv, Daniel Stern's character. I'm pointing because we have a bobblehead of the Home Alone characters over there.
We do.
And that's who French Stewart played. No, that was supposed to be Macaulay Culkin's character.
Well, that was stupid.
That was the dumbest thing that they could have done. It's just the dumb. That should be... I just thought of a topic. Just the dumbest movies. Just the dumbest movie remakes.
Way too many to count.
Movie remakes or sequels or whatever. But anyway, but yeah, so you bring Home, but then they're bringing back Home Alone, so they're going to do we have to do a Get Real on the new Home Alone when it comes out in November. But anyway, so I bring Home Alone, the first 3 films. And then I'd have to bring some bad movies. I would probably bring...
Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Plan 9 is a classic...
Already bad movie.
It's a classic bad movie, though. It's a bad movie, but there's a classiness to it. So that's why...
There?
Yes. But I would also bring The Room. Tommy Wiseau.
Okay, that's kind of funny.
You're Tearing Me Apart, Lisa.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa.
And, of course, the complete catalog of Neil Breen.
Oh, God.
If you've never seen Neil Breen, go watch a Neil Breen movie. You will regret it.
Burning down the island.
Spaceballs.
That's pretty good.
Spaceballs. Clue. What are we doing? We
Clue.
haven't even talked about Clue. Clue.
Alright, next question.
No, I'm missing some movies here.
I mean, literally our whole collection we'd want to bring.
No, what else? What are some other favorite movies?
know.
What are some other favorite movies? Come on, we can
I
think of
don't
this.
know.
I forget. I wish I had my list in front of me. I need my lists.
Okay, well,
It's on my computer. Go get my computer.
go.
Guardians of the Galaxy. 1 and 2.
When's the third one coming out?
Next year, I think. 22. Or no, I think it's 2023, actually. But, yeah, but you get the point. I have a long laundry list of movies that I would take with me.
But again, how are you going to play them?
Again, why would you bring all this shit to an island? Were you anticipating that you were going to get stranded on the island and that you just have to live there? Were you thinking this was a thing?
I don't know. I don't know.
Nobody knows. It's a dumb theory, but yeah. I mean, I guess it's understood that this equipment is there and you can use it.
Next question.
Your turn. Go from the middle.
Play trivia about your industry.
Trivia about the industry. So, what?
My industry, pharmacy.
Yeah. So, are you going to have to give me trivia questions based on your
I don't know.
industry?
I say next question.
No. We have to do this. The cards have chosen. The gods have chosen this card.
I don't know what I'm supposed to ask.
Well, just ask me something that you think I don't know, and I'll try to answer it. You don't think that our audience, our great audience, would
What
know?
is lisinopril for?
Oh, this is gonna be like homework. That's what this is gonna be like. Look at all these that are upside down.
Yes, when I shuffled them, they did that.
I don't believe you.
Just let it go. It's
I don't
fine.
believe you. I don't know what linalopril does.
Lisinopril, and
Yeah.
it's blood pressure.
Oh, okay. Give me another one. Oh no, that's my turn. Who does radio, in terms of ratings, answer to? Nielsen or Arbitron?
Nielsen.
Arbitron.
Well,
Nielsen
Nielsen's
is
TV.
television. That's right, Miss
Should've known
Pengrino. See, she doesn't know. Okay, next question from your end of the aisle. Did that pick up?
I hope not.
I guess we'll find out later.
When you're counting pills, do you count by 1, 5, or 10?
10.
5.
Fuck.
Why would you count by 10? That's such a large number.
What is a stop set?
A break in between songs.
I'll give it to you because that's a commercial break. It's a lot.
Yay!
That's a block of commercials. I'll give that one to you. All right, next. You can't.
I can't.
Bye.
Bye.
Stay here.
All cholesterol medicines end in what? Now you should know this.
Statin.
They do. Yeah.
Hey,
Because
I do. Because as we mentioned, I wish I'd paid more attention to my
our
health.
Yeah.
All right.
They can't bite.
Yeah, but when I make an episode of the Smokin Hot Toddcast, how do I amplify? What is the name of the function that amplifies all the volume so that it sounds crisp and nice?
Amplification.
Dynamics processing.
How am I supposed to know that?
Because this is fucking trivia about our industry. So we're talking about our industries.
Okay, what? 2 more piece?
Okay, fine. Go.
What is
We got dead air here.
diflucan used for?
Sounds like a German soldier. Diflucan.
Diflucan.
Diflucan. That is used for penis enlargement.
Yeast infection.
Close.
Not close.
Very close, actually.
Generic name being fluconazole.
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 This is hard because I can ask you a lot of questions, but I don't really know what to ask you. When a song on the radio is very popular and needs to be played as much as possible, what category does it get put into in radio?
Top 10.
Power. It's called a power song. Power.
Power to the people. Dun 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 dun. Pew 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 pew.
When people are listening to the podcast version of this, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Because I don't know what to ask. Okay, let's go with one that's been popular. What is ivermectin for?
Well, it's not to cure your COVID.
It's not.
There are some versions of it you can give to humans, right?
There are some versions you can give to humans.
But
yes. What is it for?
But as we learned, it helps horses deworm their hearts.
And so for humans?
For humans, I actually don't know what ivermectin is for.
It's a dewormer.
Oh, it's a dewormer. So if you have worms, take ivermectin. If you have COVID,
don't.
You should have gotten the vaccine. And at this point, wait until 3 months is up, then get the vaccine after you've had COVID.
But yeah, it's also for worms and humans. It's just there's a human version so that you human version so that you don't shit out your intestines.
Humans are vermin. What is the thing that when I'm making our videos?
Yeah.
What's the thing I have to pay attention to in terms of our image, of the camera image, to make it look correct on screen?
What do you mean?
In order to make the
framing,
well, not so much the framing, but the image itself. So it's, because sometimes it gets a little blurry. Our videos have been a little blurry before, and sometimes
Focus.
they could be, well, sometimes they're too big for the screen. But yeah, I can condense them down and make them
pixels.
No, do you give up?
Probably.
Aspect ratio.
Aspect
ratio.
Aspect.
Yeah. Have we did our 2 questions now?
Yes.
All right, let's get the hell off of this. That's trivia. Oh, ask me anything.
Oh, it really does. It does. It
ask me
that.
anything. That's what it's. Oh yeah, that's literally what it says. Ask me anything.
Ask me anything. I don't know. This is making me think a lot.
Well, and I know we don't think a lot on this show. I do because I'm the one that writes all the scripts and everything. So.
Everybody writes all the scripts and everything.
Is that your Trump impersonation?
That's it. No. Dream vacation. If you where would you go on your dream vacation?
France and Great Britain.
Why?
Well, France is the homeland for me. It's my home. It's where it's my heritage. I'm French, so I'd like to go back and visit France. See if there's any, because the French is on my mom's side of the family, the Gazeys, and so I would like to see if there's any Gazay branch still out there. I'd like to see that. And then there's the sights of Paris. There's the Eiffel Tower, and just getting to go there and enjoy it. And then
Je m'appelle Janelle.
And then never do that again. And then in Great Britain,
My name is Janelle in French.
I know. And in Great Britain, you have an endless supply of art, of landmarks to see. Buckingham Palace, Big Ben, Parliament. And it's just, I've always wanted to go there, to those two places. So that would be my dream vacation. Although it is a stretch, because I generally only like beach vacations. That's just my thing. That's my jam. It's my jam. But if stop it. But if you're gonna straight up ask me what my dream vacation was, that would be it. Now it is my.
I'm down to go to both of those places. So
it is now my turn. Oh my god!
See, it's not as easy as you think.
Do you want to live in Knoxville forever?
Honestly, no. I would prefer to move closer to my sister.
First I'm hearing of this. All right.
Not the first time you're hearing of this. I mean, do I think we'll live in Knoxville forever? Yeah, probably. But if I had a choice of moving, I would like to move closer to my sister.
It's make very hard to record things.
What do you mean?
I don't know. What do I mean? Ask me something else.
No!
That was too hard?
Next one.
All right, fine.
Comment on industry gossip. Why do I keep getting these industry ones?
So what's the 411 on the pharmacy game, Miss Pengrino?
Well, people come in and bitch every day about getting the vaccine.
Okay, I'm going to the next card.
Yeah, I mean...
Share the craziest thing that's ever happened to you.
Good? Bad?
It just says, share the craziest thing that's ever happened to you. So what would you consider to be the craziest fucking thing that's ever happened?
I mean, I guess my car accident.
Really?
Yeah, I mean...
Not Hurricane Katrina?
That was pretty rough, but I mean... the one that's the event in my life that sticks with me the most is my car accident, because when it was like happening, I couldn't like see anything but lights. I couldn't hear anything. It was just like I was in this like little silent bubble, and it was just creepy and weird.
Do you know what the craziest thing would happen to me?
Mm.
No, I'm asking you. Do you? Because I don't really know.
I mean...
There's one thing I wanted to talk about, but there's one thing that comes to mind, but I'm not going to talk about that.
Okay.
I think you know what it is. But I'm not going to talk about that, because that was a bad experience. What about that time I got scammed? I talked about this on the show when it happened. This has been about 4 years ago. When somebody got a picture of me off of my Facebook.
Oh, and put like a video of you doing bad things.
It put me, according to them, put me in my image in a video of doing horrible things to children. It was a scam, and what they were trying to do is to bilk money out of me in order to do it. And I will say it was my fault, because I'm one of these people that
friends everybody on Facebook.
Who friends me on Facebook? If you friend me on Facebook, I'll friend you back. It's fine. And then it turned into hi, how are you? Fine, whatever. And then before I knew it, I was getting this runaround, this rundown of horrible things. They're like, well, we've got a photo of you and we're going to put it in this video and then we're going to release it to your employer, we're going to release it to your family, to your friends. Everybody's going to assume that you're this blah, blah, blah. And they actually went so far as to try to friend request my mother, a few of my cousins. But I just broke all communication, and that seemed to do the trick. They tried to add me as a friend and with other fake names.
Yeah.
But I just ignored it. And from then on, I don't accept any new friend requests unless I know... Unless you have mutual friends or it's somebody that I recognize, or I can go to your profile and say, okay, this is a real human being. I no longer am that naive as to just say... So
heads up to people, like, if you don't know somebody or their profile is not, like, informative or anything, do not friend them.
Do not.
Because this could happen to you.
And to this day, I still get random weirdo friend requests.
One, like, yesterday.
And they're all trying to be... It's all... Like the profile picture is of a hot woman, and
hey, big boy.
Hey, and then the first thing you see on their profile is, you single? Want sex? I got sex, and so it's like they make it too easy now. But there was a time when I would just be like, yeah, whatever, but never again. But that's probably one of the craziest things that ever happened to me.
Yeah.
Talk more about your accident. Did you lose a leg?
No, I lost a hip.
She did lose a hip. So,
when I was planning on going bowling with some of my friends, and I decided to leave a little early to kind of get there, and when I was turning out of my parents' neighborhood, I got clipped, and my 4-passenger car became a 2-passenger, like, this way, not this way, this way. And my seat, my driver's seat, like, split in half. So bottom one way, the top the other. And with it, it kind of shifted my body the same way. So it, like...
God, it turned you into a crash test dummy.
Pretty much. It split my hip. It shattered the top part. It split off the bottom. So they had to go in and basically put a plate to reconstruct what I had left. And I have a lovely scar on my butt. I mean, it goes from literally the backside of my butt to my hip, halfway down my leg.
About as long as this banner.
Yeah, it's pretty long. I think I had like 215 staples in it.
Hey-o!
So I still get phantom like pinching from it. So sometimes I'll think somebody's like pinching my butt, and then I have to be like, oh wait, it's just the screws in my hip because of the way it bends just a little bit.
Keep talking.
Why are you getting my phone?
So that we can keep up with what time it is.
Oh, it's 8:35.
Yeah, we're hey, no, Steph. Why don't you watch? Why don't you like my page, Steph? The Hot Toddy Facebook page, and if that was the case, you would know now is not the time because we busy up in here. We're doing a show.
Anyways.
Time for the next card?
Yeah.
Questions I would ask famous person. Just says famous person. So questions I would ask a famous person on this show. Well, that's kind of hard to answer because it would just depend on the person. When I interviewed Sal from Impractical Jokers, this was right after they had done their 100th episode stunt where they walked the tightrope. So I talked to them about that. I talked to them about Impractical Jokers, what it was like to do the show, all of that. I've talked to Emily from Good Mythical Morning, and I talked about their process of writing and what inspired her to go into this field and all of that stuff. I guess that's probably like the mainstay question I would ask anybody is, what made you want to get into this? What was the goal? What was the, well, I mean, I know what probably the goal was, but what was the driving force to get you into this? And so, okay. And so something popped up on the screen, couldn't read it. So I would always say, what's the driving force behind why you wanted to do this? And I'm sure a lot of you, or the none of you that are watching right now, or listening right now, would say, well, isn't it to be famous? And not necessarily. Like, I don't do this show to be famous. We don't do our YouTube shows to be famous. We do them because they're fun. They're fun to do, and if we do get some fame out of it, hey, bonus.
Yeah, but we really just enjoy it.
So
for what we do.
Yeah. So I guess again, it would boil down to specifically who the person is, and then I could go from there with the questions, line of questioning. It's all about who they are and what they're about and what their story is. So it's hard to ask. It's hard to answer exactly what I would ask them. What about you, Miss Pengrino? What would you ask?
It's kind of like a two-parter thing, I guess, for me. Is like, one, what do you hate most about being famous? And like, two, would you take the same route again to be famous?
That's those very good questions, actually. Yeah.
You know, because like I always say, like I love to sing. I want to be a singer, but then like, do I really? Because like I see all the people in the news and like all these stories constantly being spread about them and all that kind of stuff, and it's like I don't know if I'd want that for my life. I kind of like my life, for the most part, popularity-wise, the way it is. I like to be able to just go do what I want to do, even if it's something stupid. With no issue.
I like the way you think. I got strangled. If you're listening, I got strangled on some water. Whose turn is it?
Mine.
Pick up a card from the deck.
If it's an industry card, I swear.
You're gonna quit, aren't you?
Share a money-saving tip. Don't
buy shit.
Don't be us.
Yeah, don't buy shit. There's your money-saving tip.
That's the money-saving tip for both of us.
Don't buy shit.
Don't enjoy many things. Don't have collections.
Because you can't see it, but we mentioned bobbleheads. I have an extensive bobblehead collection right behind you right now.
Which also, my extensive game collection is also right behind you.
I'm telling you, exactly. And there, it sits right on top of. And then there's an excessive DVD collection. Like I have my hat collection. Good.
Oh, that's taken over almost all of our walls at this point.
So don't get obsessed with things. If you're going to collect, have a healthy collection. Don't be frightening with your stuff.
Collect in moderation.
There you go. Do everything in moderation.
And then I do have to say, and it's kind of helped me since my parents have helped me get sort of back on track with money, is to really ask yourself, do I need it? Do I need it? Am I going to use it? Is it going to, just waste a space? Because there's a lot of things. Like, I mean, literally the other day, I was asking you if my feet hurt really bad from working in the pharmacy. I have plantar fasciitis in both my feet.
It's our fault for going back to the pharmacy.
Shush, that's not the point of this. But I was looking at a foot massager, which I think, like heats, it rubs your feet, and I'm like, oh my god, I really love this, but it's like $50. And so I asked him, I was like, do you think I would use it? And he was like, well, maybe because your feet do hurt, but then probably not because you buy all these things and you never actually use them. Because I have multiple things to help fix sore spots, and
we had a medicine ball in this house.
You'll never give up on the medicine ball.
No, because it took up room in this house for the better part of 2 years, 3 years?
2, I think.
And it got in my fucking way all the time, and she used it once. And the one time she used it, she sat on it and flipped over.
I used it more than once.
Funniest damn thing. It was the
one time he saw, I flipped over.
No. It was the funniest damn thing I'd ever seen. But it was a waste. Complete waste.
Again, so money saving tip. Will you use it? Do you need it? Is it just going to be a waste of space or take up space that you don't have?
Sure.
Yeah.
Alright, here's another one. Share your favorite online influencer. Do you have a favorite online influencer?
I mean, probably Rhett and Link.
Are they really influencers, though? I mean, they're hosts.
What exactly is an influencer?
So an influencer... Look it up, because I can't really explain it. Look it up. We got time here. If you want to go... See, for me, I don't have influencer favorites. I just love hosts. I love people doing what they do, like we do. You know, I like what we do. And so my favorite group, shout out to them. They are part of the inspiration for this show, Get Real, is Red Letter Media. They're a kick-ass movie.
It says someone who's built a reputation around a certain niche on certain information.
Oh, okay.
Specific topic.
So I guess Red Letter Media is an influencer, and they're my favorite. Go check out Red Letter Media. They're a fantastic movie review group from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. They have Half in the Bag, which is very much like Get Real. They review the latest blockbuster films. Then they watch really bad films, and that's on a show called Best of the Worst. It's a lot like Get Real, where we watch the Smokin Hot Toddcast live when we watch bad movies. And they also have Review, where they review some of their favorite films of all time, kind of like what we do on Get Real. Get Real is a hybrid of those shows because they influenced me to start a movie review show. So Red Letter Media would be my favorite group of influencers on the internet. Miss Pengrino?
Well then, probably, I guess, Shane and Ryan from BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Really? Overwritten link? I'm surprised.
Well, they're not really a niche.
They're hosts, you're right. So, Shane and Ryan.
Yeah.
BuzzFeed Unsolved is their show on the BuzzFeed network on YouTube, entering its final season this month. Sad times. But you can check out their own page, the Watcher page on YouTube. So they got their own shows on there. They're really good. So yeah, they specialize in investigations into
on that particular show,
into true on BuzzFeed Unsolved, into true crime and supernatural investigations. And Red Letter Media specialize in movie reviews and watching films and really teaching everyone about film, the do's and don'ts of film making. And it's inspired, like I said, inspired me to start Get Real, and Get Real's taken off. So it's a wonderful thing. So yeah, Red Letter Media and Ryan and Shane of Watcher and BuzzFeed Unsolved. All right, is it your turn?
I think so.
I don't want to do too many of these because we still have regular episodes to do with these. Industry? Answer your business facts! Or FAQs, which is fan-asked questions. We don't have fan-asked questions about this. You know what?
I hate this. Why am I getting all the industry
This card doesn't
ones?
exist. We have to skip that one.
Replay your most downloaded episode.
Okay, here it is. And I didn't put anything up there. Because... No, if you want to enjoy the most listened to episode of the Smokin Hot Toddcast, weirdly enough, it's the 100th episode of the show from 2019. So go back through. It's season 5, season 6. It was season 6 of the Smokin Hot Toddcast. October 2019. Oh God, it's been two years exactly.
Oh man!
Go check out. That's the most listened to episode.
Would you stop farting?
On SoundCloud, at least. Go check out that. And then as for on the Superfuzz YouTube page, it's your customer service episode, the first one.
The second one. No, the first one.
It's part 1, customer service episode of Let Me Tell Ya on the Superfuzz Productions page. Oh, and also Jack from Red Letter Media's interview. I did that. Those are the most watched. So go check out those episodes. So it's the 100th in terms of the podcast. In terms of this show, the 100th episode on the Superfuzz YouTube page. It's customer service, Let Me Tell Ya, and the interview I did with Jack Packard from Red Letter Media. Okay, but we're not playing those on the show. All right, you want to do one more?
One more.
Let's just do one more, because like I said, we're running out here, and I don't want to do too many.
Also, my butt. Is it another industry question?
Newbie mistakes in your industry.
Oh my god.
So what's a newbie mistake that you've made in your industry, Ms. Pengrino?
Inhaling metformin dust.
Why did you do that?
Well, because if you don't count it correctly, and you're trying to count it too fast, and metformin is a very chalky medicine, it just kind of right in your face. To which there's also a ADHD medicine for kids, that it's a powder and you have to mix it, and if you don't like really stick the tip that flows the water into the bottle, the ADHD medicine dust goes poof at your face. Poof. So poof. Basically encountering medicine dust of any kind, because you have to kind of learn the tips and the tricks as to how not to do that.
Right. And I guess in terms of me, I mean, there's a million rookie mistakes that I've made in every form of the industry that I've worked in, both in all three: video, podcasting, and radio. In radio, I've talked with the microphone still on. I forgot to turn it off and just kept talking.
That seems like a very like a lot of people would do. I feel like. Now
at the UT radio station, not the other one, but where we do Smells Like 90s Rock, I accidentally dropped the F-bomb once. I never did it. Knock on wood. I've never done it on the other station. Hope to never do it again if I ever do anything in radio again. But at the UT station, I did drop the F-bomb while we were doing the show. And podcasting, I think I don't think I've ever actually messed up in podcasting. I'm not trying to be not a team player. I just immediately go to radio because that's where I've always messed up, and I've hit things at the wrong time. I've on the board, the mechanical board where everything is set up, you can listen to the station in two ways. How you're hearing it on the air and how we're hearing it in the studio, because there's a delay between the two. And there's been times when I blame the people before me who are in there, would switch it to air, which means that I'm hearing what comes later, how it's playing, so it screws me up. And then I was like, oh crap, the speakers are on air, not listen. That's the other system, is listen. And when you switch it over to the listen system, you're hearing it in the studio as it's happening as you're doing it.
I hate the echo, because there are some people, when I pick up the phone, they're on the phone with me on speaker, and so I say things and then I hear myself re-say the question through the phone.
Gee, you don't seem to care when you talk to me on your car when she's on
I didn't know my car did that.
And then she switches it over to her, because you could talk to him through her speakers in her car. Fucking all I hear is my voice coming back to me. It's me talking, then me talking some more, and then her.
Well, why didn't you tell me that?
I told you a million times.
You just said you couldn't hear me.
That too. It's awful. But anyway, those are our mistakes. So there you have it. That's a special live episode of From the Deck. Sorry it wasn't as exciting as I was hoping it would be, because we could have gone deeper in these topics if we had Miranda and Daniel here. I might save these for a later date so that we can...
Except the industry ones, you can just...
Fine. But we may save some of these to discuss with Miranda and or Daniel in the future, so we'll do that. But that's going to do it for us on this special live episode of the Smokin Hot Toddcast. We're going to take next week off. But
no!
Why?
I don't know. Okay, we'll take next week off.
So, we're going to take next week off, but we'll be back on October 21st with another live episode. We're doing back-to-back lives.
Is this the movie one?
It is the movie one.
I'm excited because this bad movie I actually want to see.
We're going to make you sit through another bad film, but it's one that you're going to be excited about.
We're also going to try and be better at projecting boobies.
Projecting boobies?
Like projecting that they're going to show and blocking them from you.
Guessing when boobies are going to be on the... Projecting boobies makes it sound like we're trying to get boobies on the screen and we'll get kicked off of Facebook.
We're trying to block
YouTube.
the boobies from the screen.
Whatever. Okay, so on October 21st, join us right here. Well, in the other room, but join us right back here.
Right here, over there.
Over there for the viewing of a very special B-movie called Rock and Roll Nightmare, just in time for the Halloween season. So that'll be fun. So next week we're not doing anything, but we'll be back in 2 weeks with Rock and Roll Nightmare. So that'll be fun. Until then, though, make sure you follow the Superfuzz Twitter page at Superfuzz Videos. Make sure you subscribe to the Superfuzz Productions YouTube page. And, of course...
Probably going to put out some Halloween-y, spooky...
We got Halloween eps coming out in the next few days.
Check them out.
And the Toddcast will also have a Halloween special the week after Rock and Roll Nightmare. Of course, that'll be a regular podcast. But speaking of which, make sure you listen to all new episodes on SoundCloud, and then you can catch all the live episodes here on Facebook or on YouTube. It's all
great.
there. These episodes are also on the Superfuzz production page, so go check out
literally anywhere
all of this
and everywhere.
Oh damn!
And there goes the cards.
Newbie mistakes in your industry.
No, we did that.
Oh, we're done. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in 2 weeks for Rock and Roll Nightmare. Say goodnight, Miss Pengrino.
Bye. Goodnight, Miss Pengrino.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.